evening, everyone. Kalla here. Welcome to my live stream. Glad you could make it today. Today, we have more Battlefield Waltz. Last time, we were sent out on assignment to break up a small clash that turned out to be a trap by the Romuva Empire. And, due to certain decisions on the battlefield, we ended up rather cut off from everyone. Resulting eventually in our instructor's death. Although I still think he didn't need to do that. Not sure why he couldn't have set fire to that bridge from the safe side of the bridge. Anyway, the point is, things are not great, emotion-wise, right now. Because I'm pretty sure Pesh blames himself for it, which, to be honest, he's not entirely wrong. He's not completely to blame for it, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna hurt him. Hello, Drag. How are you doing? Classes resumed in the afternoon as usual, but understandably, everyone was quiet. The usual lively chatter and rumours were missing. Though they were never comforting, I kind of missed them. After class, there were about 2 hours until dinner, so Yuriana and I decided to chat over tea as usual. But ever since we returned, we only spoke when necessary. It wasn't because we argued, we just didn't feel like talking. I'm also a bit tired, Drag. I think this weather is sapping my energy. And hello, Nick. How you doing? Yuriana? I looked up from my book and noticed Yuriana staring at her spear on the wall. Is something wrong?
Ah, ごめん。なんだかまだ現実にいる気がしなくて。
Yeah, I know. Yuriana smiled bitterly as she ran her hand over her spear.
尊敬してたとか、特に慕ってたとか、正直そんな風に思ったことはなくて。ああ、この人は厳しいんだなって。まあ、そういう共感もいるよねって。それくらい。でも今にして思えば間違ったことは一つも言ってなくて、ある意味一番優しかったかもね。戦場は甘くないって、憧れで行くところじゃないって言ってたのにね。本当だったね。
Yuriana.
バカだったよね、私たち。いつでも勝てるって思ってたよね。誰も死なないって思ってたよね。
Tears started to well up when Yuriana echoed my thoughts. I knew it wasn't just us. Everyone must have thought the same.
何も分かってなかったね。武器を取って戦うってそういうことだよね。
Yuriana glanced at her spear again.
そんなこと考えたら今度また戦が起こった時に私ちゃんと戦えるかなって。なんてね。戦うのが私たちの役目なのにこんなこと言ってる場合じゃないよね。
Couldn't respond. Nor could I nod.
あ、そろそろだね。食堂行こう。
Yeah. After dinner, I went to the courtyard alone. My heart was heavy as if stuffed with stones, suffocating me. No one mentioned the instructor anymore. The classes he taught were cancelled until a new instructor could be appointed. It was posted on the bulletin board that some would be taught by Instructor Elias. Life at Nirvana didn't change even after what happened, but I couldn't move past it.
Oh.
I hadn't expected to find Pash there. As a matter of fact, I came out to the courtyard because I wanted to be alone. But strangely, Pash's face brought me a sense of solace.
もう飯は食べた。
Yeah. What about you, Pash?
食べた。
Oh. I didn't know what else to say, but it felt too sad to just walk away. I've never had trouble finding something to talk about with Pash before. He would always talk to me with a cheerful demeanor, but he was different now. Those glittering soft green eyes were nowhere to be found. He awkwardly turned his eyes away and refused to look directly at me. His innocent white smile, once shining and bright, was gone. Pash cried the entire time on the battlefield that morning. He kept on blaming himself for it. And I also blamed myself.
ごめん。
Oh, I'm pretty sure chase after him is going to be the right option. Wait! I reflexively ran after him. Pash! He should have been able to hear me, but Pash didn't stop. He didn't even look back. I stopped, standing still. I couldn't see Pash anymore. Now what? What do I do? Crouched down on the grass. I wondered, would the pain and suffering heal in time? Even if it wasn't right away, could it eventually form a scab like it did with my dad in Ozar village?
Oi.
I gasped and looked up.
お前にちょっと言いたいことがあるんだよ。
Wilhelm! When did you wake up?
今と言いたいところだけど、この間からどうも目覚めが悪いっつうか不眠っつうか、とにかくイラついて。
irritates?
お前のせいだよ。
It's my fault?
この間どうして戦わなかったんだよ。俺あの時にやれって言ったな。聞こえてたよな。
You did say that, and I did hear you.
じゃあなんで逃げたんだよ。怖かったとか言うなよな。お前戦うためにあそこに行ったんだろ。
I wasn't scared.
それなのに逃げたのかよ。
Wilhelm.
この俺様がさ、お前のために一肌脱いでやろうってその気持ちを無駄にしたんだぞ。
Yeah, I know.
確かにお前の中に入ったのは事故みたいなもんで、お前も気に入らないのかもしれないけどさ、戦えないやつの中に入ってても仕方ないだろ。 俺は不要だろ。
Wait, that's not true.
お前がそのつもりなら俺も少し考えないといけないからさ。
What do you mean?
お前の中から消えるってことだよ。
I thought you couldn't do that, Wilhelm. Wilhelm?
まあとにかく伝えたからな。じゃあな。
I couldn't hear Wilhelm's voice anymore. Wilhelm! Wilhelm! He would always talk to me so suddenly. I had no idea how he heard my voice. That's not what I meant. Excuse me.
ああ、来たね。ご苦労様。
I remembered this place. This was my first time here since that day, but only Instructor Elias was here today.
ここは君にとってあまりいい思い出のある場所ではないと思うが、決まりなのでね。
It's fine. Instructor Elias showed kindness and concern for me, just like the last time I came here. I was completely unaware before, but I was not. Why is that now twice in that sentence? I'm really not sure which of those is the right one, because it's definitely not both of them. Let's go. I was completely unaware before, but now I was sure that he was supportive of me. Though that could no longer be the case depending on my answers.
君をここに呼んだのは、先の任務についてだ。
Yes.
第5隊と後から合流した朝香率いる第3隊の生徒にはすでに全員話を聞いている。
I see we're doing a debrief. Yes.
まだそれほど時間が経ったわけではない。感情的にならずに話してくれというのも難しいかもしれないが、できるだけ心を冷静に保ち、質問に答えてほしい。
Yes.
戦闘開始時に君の魔剣から青い光が放たれたということは何名もの生徒の目撃もあり、 確かだ。その後戦闘終了まで結局魔剣はやはり眠ったままだったのだろうか。
My legs started to shake. Instructor Elias was looking at me kindly, but I didn't want to be here any longer. No. Wilhelm was awake. I don't know if he woke up to my call, but we did exchange words.
その状態での戦闘は
I was afraid to speak. I knew how much of a coward I was, so I hated that I still wanted self-preservation.
状況を正しく把握したいだけだ。安心してくれ。
There was... I tightly clenched my fists. My hands were still shaking. There was no fighting. I was too focused on running away, so...
なるほど。それはやはりロムア軍と対峙するのは危険と君自身が判断したせいだろうか。それともパシュからの命令だったのだろうか。
Hearing his name stirred my heart. Does that mean... Depending on my answer, Pash could be blamed? At this moment, I finally realized how frightening the military structure could be. The mistakes in my actions could be made Pash's responsibility. Instructor. It's not Pasha's fault. I didn't fight back then because it reminded me of my village, and I got scared. I was the one who gave up the fight. It isn't Pasha's responsibility. It's true that Pash said fleeing was the top priority, but I could have defeated Igor if I had a stronger heart. Then maybe Instructor Leonidas wouldn't have had to die. I should have faced Igor.
君は勇ましいのか臆病なのかわからないな。
I'm sorry. What?
それとも知らないという強さなのかな。ロムアのイゴールといえば国王ロジオンの右腕として我々の間では有名な男だ。おいそれと撃とうなどとは思えない相手なのだが、それを君は当然のように口にする。
No,
君がパシュを案じるその気持ちもわかる。こちらとしても彼を罰するために動いているわけではない。
Oh good, he's feeling bad enough as it is.
今回の件に関しては正直私も判断が難しい。
Instructor.
出陣前に君にも話したろ。パシュには彼の判断で動くことが認められていたわけで、そこに罰は発生しない。では、その判断が正しかったのか。
Depends on what decision you're asking about.
彼の考えた作戦ももちろん有効だったと思う。成功していればパシュは英雄になるだろう。ただそれ以上にロムアの張った罠が巧妙だったのだ。
Instructor Elias frowned deeply, sighing slightly.
ロムアはすでにシンザとルアンを掌握していた。そしてその2国の戦いと見せかけ こちらをおびき出した。ロムアの一番の狙いはこちらの戦力を可能な限り削ぐことだったと考えている。君を手に入れることが最優先なら、最悪城下で無防備な君を誘拐なりすればいい。それをしないのは魔剣に関して様子見もあるはずだ。残念ながら魔剣が不安定ということも広まりつつあるからね。
I guess so.
その上で、もし君が何かの作戦で他の隊から離れることがあったら、運よく見つけることができたなら捕らえようという考えだったのではないだろうか。
The instructor's words made me want to fall to the floor. When I got separated from Abel's company, I thought that they might be trying to pull us apart. But I dismissed it. I should have known better.
ただ、別の見方をすれば、君たちが引きつけてくれたおかげで、アベルたちは比較的楽に正面突破できた。こちらは貴重な戦力をほとんど損なわずに済んだとも言える。
He used the word minimal. The meaning of the word was so heavy it made me speechless. It wasn't that we had no losses. There were sacrifices for sure.
ラン、君はさっき戦わなかったのは怖くなったからと言ったね。
Yes.
それが一番の問題なのだ。もちろん恐怖はついて回る。恐怖のない戦闘などこの世界にはない。そしてできるなら私もキオラ様も君にはこのまま頑張ってほしいと思っている。だが戦えない者はあの場には不要なのだ。
Instructor!
君が真面目に鍛錬に取り組んでいることももちろん知っている。努力していない、熱意が足りないとは全く思っていない。それでも恐怖が戦場で君を惑わせるなら、今後の対応を検討しなければならない。こちらから伝えたいことは以上だ。君から何かあるかな？
I wondered if the instructor would understand if I described my confusion in detail. We can't even get any less than the medic company. Nope. Lower than the medic company is expelled. No, that's just an excuse. I swallowed the words I was about to say. No, there isn't.
そうか。では戻ってよろしい。
Yes. Thank you for your time. I wandered over to the port for no particular reason. If anything, I just wanted to see the ocean. I don't deserve to be here, huh? Strangely, I wasn't discouraged by that. I understood why he said it. I was fully aware that I hesitated to fight while in the middle of a battlefield.
ああ、いたいた。ここだったか。
What is Lady Ignis looking for us for? I was gazing out at the sea when I noticed Lady Ignis approaching quickly. Thank you for the other day. I wasn't sure how else to greet her. I had just returned from the battlefield a few days ago.
ああ、そういう挨拶はいいよ。お互い辛いだろ
今日はレオニダスに花を供えに来たのと、あんたとパシュが大丈夫かなって思ってね。他のやつらはまあ落ち込みはしてもそのうち持ち直すと思うけど、あんたたちは特に落ち込んでるようだったからね。
I'm sorry.
今のは何に詫びたんだい？あの場で二人で号泣したことかい？それとも自分のせいでレオニダスが死んだのかもなんて思ってるってことかい？まあそんなことだろうと思ったけどね。
Oh, Lady Ignis.
おや、ちょうどいいところにあいつがいるじゃないか。
Pash? Huh? Oh!
おいパシュ、ちょっとこっち来な。逃げるんじゃないよ。
Pash was standing in front of a warehouse.
パシュ！
Lady Ignis yelled even louder. Pash shrugged exaggeratedly and dragged his feet over.
なんでここにいるんだよ。
友人の墓に花を供えに来ちゃ悪いのかい？それとみんながあんたのこと心配してるからね。様子見に来てやったんだよ。というか、まあ要するに説教だね。
はあ？
この間はまだはっきり状況がわからなかったけど、今さっきエリアスに全部聞いた。パシュ、この間のはお前の指示だったそうだね。なぜあんな真似したんだい？私に黙秘権なんて通用すると思ってるの？
うっせえ！
説明しな、パシュ。一体どんな判断であんな行動をとったんだい？
それは。
Ooh. Do we butt in or do we not? I don't know which is the right answer. Uh... Doing... Interrupt, perhaps? But that could also be bad. Ah. Well, I've got my quick save in case it goes wrong. Please, oh, wait, Lady Ignis, don't blame Pash. The enemy's rear lines were wide open at the time. If Igor hadn't shown up, Pash's plans would have worked.
でも出てきたわけだ。パシュ、答えられないなら今日この場であんたの武器を剥奪するよ。
Lady Ignis?
イルダス様とエバス様から その許可はいただいている。というより命令に近い。お前の状況次第ではニルバーナからの強制除籍およびダグロートからの無期限追放もやむを得ない。
Lady Ignis, that's much too...
最終手段だよ。そうなるかどうかは全部こいつの態度次第だね。さあパシュ、答えな。
相変わらずムカつくな、この鬼ババア。
Pash!
私を罵倒するのにそれしか単語を知らないのかい？お前に罵られたところで痛くも痒くもないんだよ、こっちは。パシュ、
うるせえな、分かっててわざわざ聞いてるんだろ。本当に性格悪いな。そうだよ、親父たちが想像してる通りだよ。俺のつまんねえ意地だよ。アベルより目立ちたかったんだよ。あの場所で誰よりも目立って手柄をあげたかったんだよ。だからアベルの言うことに逆らって勝手に動かしたんだ。
I feel like we've gone far enough for this to have been definitely the wrong choice. I'm gonna go back.
それは
Patch. I wanted to stop Lady Ignis, but like with Instructor Elias, any explanation from me would just sound like an excuse. I stayed silent instead.
パシュ、答えられないなら今日この場であんたの武器を剥奪するよ。
That's the same line there, huh?
そしてその結果があのざまだ。俺がレオニダスを殺したんだよ。こう言えば満足かよ。
Lady Ignis? A loud thud made me flinch.
相変わらずガキのままだね。
Lady Ignis.
このてめえ。
It's entirely possible that this decision was not affection-based at all. Let's actually go and have a look at that. Okay, it's at its highest point anyway, it really doesn't matter whether it was or not. Ash wiped the blood from his lip and glared at Lady Ignis.
できればその言葉は聞きたくなかったね。自分の作戦の勝利を信じてたって言ってほしかったよ。
Are we still getting choices when it doesn't matter? Well, it could matter. As I said, it could be some invisible flags. Or it could be additional affection options, because, you know, there's always going to be more of those than you need. Just in case. Right? Like, ooh, to save Wilhelm, you think? Maybe. Yeah, I feel like some of the choices seem like they're more personality-wise and sort of influence those kinds of things. I don't know.
これじゃレオニダスも浮かばれないよ。
うるせえよ。
Lady Ignis, please don't blame Pash. I share the blame as well. Pash, you too. Don't put it that way. You said we needed to surprise the enemy. Why change your story now?
今のが本音だよ。
もう片方も引っ叩いた方がいいかい。
Lady Ignis, her eyes a piercing emerald, glared sharply at Pash.
詳細な状況も確認できた。あいつはあんたたちと一緒に逃げることもできた。
Yep. Yes, he could have done Ignis. Lady Ignis.
でもそれをしなかった。なぜかわかるかい？
I would, in fact, like to know the answer to that, Lady Ignis.
イゴールが率いる精鋭部隊の頭数を一人でも減らそうとしたんだよ。
Which was a stupid decision.
近いうちに本格的に刃を交えることになるであろう。あんたたちのためにね。
うるせえよ。そんなの言われなくたって分かってるよ。
Pash.
俺に言いたいことはこれで終わりかよ、鬼ババ。気が済んだならさっさとニルバーナに戻ってエリアスに話つけてこいよ。そうしたら俺は消えてやるよ。ダグロートにはもう二度と戻らないから安心しろ。
Patch, what are you talking about? Wait, Pash!
放っておきな。
She grabbed me firmly by the shoulder. Lady Ignis.
仕方ない。これで本当に戦えなくなるような弱い男などダグロートにはいらない。
Huh? He doesn't belong? It must have been a coincidence, but it reminded me of what Instructor Elias said. No! I didn't belong here. And neither did Pash.
それよりもあんたはどうなの？これから先もちゃんと戦う覚悟はあるのかい？もし怖いなら、迷いがあるなら、これ以上はやめた方がいい。あんたには同情してる。魔剣にいきなりひっつかれたり、村のことがあったりで過酷な運命を背負わされた子だなと思ってる。その上、今回が実質上の初陣で、そこであんなものを体験してショックを受けるなって方が無理な話だ。でもね、これが現実なんだよ。次に死ぬのは私かもしれないし、あんたかもしれない、パシュかもしれない。誰が死ぬかわからない、そういう場所だ。大丈夫なのかい？
Wanted to say I was. It was what I should have said. But I couldn't.
そうか。
Lady Ignis. I...
無理はしなくていい。魔剣があるとはいえ、 そんな気持ちで戦場に立ったらやられるだけだ。それで魔剣が東に渡りでもしたら目も当てられないだろう。今回の件で西側に火がついたのは確かだ。必ず近いうちにロムアとやり合うことになる。あんたがその戦場に立ちたいと心から望むのでなければもう降りた方がいい。
Lady Ignis! I couldn't help but shout out loud. The formidable yet stunning woman looked as if she'd given up on me.
まあさすがに今日明日にまた戦ってことはない。自分の心を覗き込んで自分と相談しな。
After speaking, Lady Ignis gave a melancholy smile.
じゃあまた。これがあんたと会う最後にならないように祈っておくよ。
I knew those words were her way of showing care. But depending on my decision, we might never meet again. Think about it. I pondered her advice, standing still as the world moved around me. Chapter 8. What They Found. Little by little, our daily lives returned. At the cafeteria and in the classroom, smiles and conversations began to reappear. We still hadn't forgotten the last battle, but we buried it deep down to return to a sense of normalcy again.
Oh, hayo.
Oh, good morning.
どう？少しは元気になった？
Well,
なるわけないか。そう時間も経ってないのに。
sorry. Good morning, Nikkei.
話しかけても大丈夫？
Huh? Oh! Nikkei asked from a slight distance, and I couldn't help but giggle. Of course you can talk to me. Sorry.
君が謝ることはないよ。
Lustin and Nikkei joined Yoriana and me at the table.
今回の件は君たちが一番辛いと思うから。
Nikkei pierced the yolk of his fried egg with a fork, releasing a bright yellow ooze.
まあでも正直俺も割と答えてんだけどさ。
Lustin sliced through his bacon, glancing around the bustling cafeteria.
俺だけじゃないよな。みんな結構な衝撃だったと思うぜ。
それはそうだよ。あのアベルだって部屋でずっと不機嫌そうだし。
責任感じてんだろうな。
そうだと思う。
About two?
直接的な関わりはないとしても、あいつプライド高そうだし、俺がもっとうまく立ち回ればよかったとか絶対思ってるよ。
そんな感じかな。ロムアのその副将を俺が殺しておけばよかったと思ってるんじゃないかな。
あんたを責めてるわけじゃないよ。
Lustin's wry smile stung my heart. I hadn't realized Abel would dwell on such things. It seemed even Instructor Elias might be regretting his orders. Everyone had their regrets. Lustin, how's Pash doing?
ああ、
Lustin shrugged.
正直言うともう全然ダメ。あいつさ、普段はあんな感じでうるさいじゃん。でも本気で落ち込むともう全く口聞かないの。
そうなんだ。
ずっとベッドに潜り込んで、もう何言っても反応なくてさ。
Good, so he hasn't run away. It's a little bit worried that he had done that.
それは重傷だね。
He must be blaming himself.
ああ、
こういう時ってどうすればいいんだろう。
どうすればって言われてもな。俺たちがどう悔やんだってレオニダスのおっさんが生き返るわけじゃないからな。こんなこと言うと俺が冷酷非常みたいだけど、誰が悪いとかっていうより、戦場はそういう場所なんだから、いつかは誰か死ぬだろ
うん、そうなんだよね。
Yuriana, who had been quietly eating, softly added her thoughts.
私たちがここにいる意味はそういうことなんだなって気づかされたよね。
そうだね。
なんだか朝から重苦しくなったな。
あ、ごめん。
いや、そうじゃなくてさ、やっぱりもう少し時間かかるかもな、パッシュも。ま、放置するか。もう少し浮上するまで。
それがいいかもね。
We had a meeting scheduled with our company this morning. Where am I supposed to go? I was last assigned to the 5th company, but that was a special formation. Maybe I should ask Instructor Mia? Just then, Instructor Mia walked towards me from the other side. Good morning, Instructor Mia. About today's meeting.
ええ、そのことを伝えに来たの。なんだかずっと流動的で申し訳ないけれど、今日はまた衛生班の方へ行ってちょうだい。
Back to the medics we go! Oh, okay.
あなたの心理的負担を軽減したいとエリアス殿はおっしゃっているわ。
Off to the medics for the good of my mental health. Yeah, that's fair. Off to hang with Pash for... No, not Pash. Off to hang with Nikkei for the sake of my mental health. Mental strain?
ああ、そうそう。あと、パッシュも昨日付で衛生班に転属になったから。
No, in fact we are off to spend time with Pash, assuming he gets out of his room. What?
じゃあ、頼んだわよ。
Huh? Pash is with the medic team? What should I do? I wanted to be the hero for once and achieve more than anyone else. was coping with Instructor Leonidas's death when I first heard those words. Maybe Pash was upset that he hadn't gained the protection. He probably thought if he proved himself in battle, he'd earn it. If so, I understood how he felt. When I first received the cursed sword, I was desperate for recognition too. I hope I can talk to him today. Excuse me. Oh good, he is here. He's not Skyping. Pash was the only one there. After the recent events, we both stood there feeling awkward. Good morning.
Ohayo, 二人とも.
Thank goodness you're here, Nikkei. It was going to be very, very awkward. Good morning, Nikkei. Looks like I'm back again.
いつでも大歓迎だよ。それより僕ね、これからメフィストに頼まれて救護用品の補充をしないといけなくて。薬の下ごしらえ、二人に頼んでもいい？具体的に言うと、そこにたくさんあるファリアの根の皮を剥いておいてほしいんだけど。
Yeah, we can handle that.
よかった。じゃあよろしくね。
Wait, no, don't leave. After Nikkei hurried off, I noticed Pash scanning the anteroom.
あのさ。
Hmm?
前の時もちょっと思ったんだけど、他に衛星班のやつっているよな。
Yeah, Pash, the rest of them just Skype. Oh, yeah. I had asked Nikkei the same thing before, so it was funny Pash did as well. There are, but they never show up for meetings. They think it's dishonorable to be here.
なる。
Pash's reaction reminded me of what Instructor Leonidas had once said to him. Oh, I see. Now that I think about it, the instructor was always worried about Pash. He wasn't just being hard on him. Remembering that brought tears to my eyes again. Alright, let's get started. I said so cheerfully to mask my tears. Yep, distraction, distraction. The medic company might as well be a small school club. It's a very small school club. There were 4 procured farrier roots in a big basket, which were not found in the forest. They weren't toxic and the fruit was edible. We peeled the skin in silence. Then Pash tossed over a root and spoke.
あのさ。
Yes?
昨日はごめんな。あんたには何も関係ないのに嫌なとこ見せた。
Welcome back, Nick. It's okay, but... Yeah, but drag, isn't it a thing in those anime that it's like you need to have, I don't know, I don't remember if it's 5 or 6 people. Otherwise your club isn't a club. Right? It's okay, but
あのさ、
huh?
あんたの腕に書いたやつ、全然効果なかったな。
Don't say it like that. Back then, I was so happy to have this.
そっか。ならちょっとは意味あったかな。
Ash,
何が絶対勝てるだよな。ほんと情けない。
Ash rubbed his eyes roughly, but tears still streamed down his cheeks. Ash,
ああ、ごめん。情けないな。またあんたの前で泣いて。
don't worry about that.
もう平気になったと思ったのに、この話するとやっぱダメだ。こんなの見たらあいつきっとめめしいって怒鳴るよな。
No, he wouldn't.
ああ、涙止めんのって難しいな。拭いても止まんねえし、まぶた閉じても勝手に出てくるし。どうやんのかなこれ。
I think it's okay to cry. Yep, if you need to cry, cry. It's probably important. I'm still not over it either.
そっか。そんなこと言ってくれる女もいるんだな。
え？
あの鬼ババとか泣いてると怒鳴るからさ。昔鍛錬の時にぶちのめされたことがあってさ、痛くて泣いてた時に男なら泣くなって。
Men should absolutely cry if they need to. Sometimes that's the only way you're gonna feel better about it.
ひでえよな。ほんと最低な国だよ。
Hash? Hash wiped his tears and put his cloth down. Then he untied the cloth on his wrist. He still didn't know why he had that on.
これ、うちの一族はさ、儀式によって加護を受ける精霊が決まるんだ。
Huh?
ああ、ディモスみたいなタチの悪いやつじゃないぜ。動物とか植物には力があって、その大いなる力を借りるって考えで。
Well, I'm guessing yours is some kind of bird, Hash. Looks kind of birdish.
10歳の誕生日に真夜中に一人で山に行くんだ。そうすると、その子供の魂に一番近い精霊が現れる。
Your soul?
見えたりしないんだけどさ、何かいるって感じ。
That's mysterious.
不気味だと思うか？
No, not at all.
そっか。
Pash traced his finger over the mark.
その精霊はあんたのあの魔剣ほど強力じゃないけど、本当に必要な時に力を貸してくれるって言われてる。
So that's what it meant.
でも俺落ちこぼれなんだ。
Huh?
光らないんだ全然。
Oh, it's supposed to shine. Pash.
宿す儀式そのものは確かに成功してるんだ。でなきゃこの印は浮かばない。でも放っておくと消えそうなんだ。親父やイグニスやみんなはもうわざわざ自分で書かなくても全然消えないんだ。
Ah, so that's kind of what gaining the, what was it? Gaining the protection? Sort of writes it permanently on your skin? Is that it?
それこそ入れ墨みたいに鮮やかにいつも浮かんでて。でも俺は一度浮かんだ模様がうっすらぼんやりし始めた。最初は偶然かなって思ってたんだ。でもどうやっても俺だけ絶対に光らない。明日こそはとか、来月こそはとか、来年こそはとかずっと思ってたけど、やっぱりダメだった。それでもしつこく俺なりに頑張ってきたつもりだったんだけど、今度の件で俺思い知った。俺やっぱり永遠に落ちこぼれなんだ。
Pash?
バカだよな。あんただって本当は俺のこと責めたいだろ。
What?
あの時に俺が後ろから回ろうなんて言わなければよかったって思うだろ。
But that's...
変な気遣いはいらないぞ。俺が第5隊の指揮官だったんだし、誰がどう見たって俺が悪い。
Pash sounded indifferent. Just like when he spoke to Instructor Leonidas or Lady Ignis. Well, Drag, what is it that Pash has not failed at then? Is it being adorable? Or having good food recommendations? Or there's definitely several other things. That wasn't all your fault, Pash. I agreed to it, so I'm just as guilty.
違うよ、あんたは悪くない。
Ah yes, our love. That's also true. Yeah, that was the kind of blatant one, wasn't it? No, please listen to me. I spoke sternly, then paused to take a breath. There was something that I'd been thinking about and regretting for a while, but I wasn't sure whether to share it with Pash. I'm sorry.
こでどうして謝るのかわかんねえし。
Right.
今聞いてって言ったよ
Uh,
な。何か話したいことがあるなら聞くぜ。
Pash.
まあ聞くしか多分できないけど、俺頭もある方じゃないし優しくもないからさ。
Now you're really putting yourself down, Pash. You're kind. You're definitely kind. Pash gave a self-deprecating smile. One thing was clear in my mind. Pash was definitely kind. Hey! Lan agrees with me. But if I said that, he'd want to know why. And I didn't have a concise explanation. When I saw him cry on the battlefield, I couldn't view him as heartless. Yet, I wasn't sure if that alone was kindness.
まあやっぱり言いたくないとかならいいけどさ。
Thanks, Pash. I guess I could tell you about it. I don't know how much of the rumors around the academy you've heard, but there's a soul of a boy named Wilhelm inside the cursed sword.
やっぱりそうなんだ。子供が入ってるって噂はあんたが来た時にちらっと聞いた。
I nodded and continued.
この印とちょっと似てるな。
Yeah, that's what I thought. Wilhelm isn't always awake. Actually, he's almost never awake. And I can't wake him up either.
それって怠け。いやいや。
Mephisto said he might still be unstable because he's been asleep for so long.
なる。
But he was awake during the last battle. He answered me and said he would help me. But I didn't fight. I knew I had to do my best, but I remembered my village, and I ran. I know I shouldn't have. I should have stayed and fought. I could have defeated Igor of Romua. If only I had struck down Igor, maybe the instructor wouldn't have...
それは違うって。自分を責めすぎだ。負けんは不安定だって自分で今言ったばかりじゃないかよ。だったら仕方ないだろう。それにもしちゃんと使えてたとしても、ロムアの副将相手にどれだけ戦えるかなんて。例えばアベルとかでも勝てるかどうかわからない相手じゃないのか。俺はそういう情報とか詳しくないからあれだけども、東側のほとんどを手に入れてる国の副将だぞ。一筋縄で行く相手じゃないよな。あんたは悪くないよ。そもそもそれを言ったら、俺がアベルの命令無視した挙句に守るべきあんたを守れなかったのが悪いわけで。
Pash! Pash, you shouldn't blame yourself like that either. Why do you keep saying that?
それが俺の責任だろう。ごめん。とにかくあんたは全然悪くないよ。
two kids stood in a room trying to convince each other that it's not their fault.
気にしない方がいい。
Then, Pash, don't blame yourself. Everyone is suffering after what happened. Me, Yuriana, everyone. But it's not just your fault, Pash. That entire battle was a trap. Everyone was confused and none of us could have made the right decision. That's why...
同じこと言われたよ。
Huh?
エリアスにも、部屋でラスティにも。
Oh.
ラスティンとかおかしいの。あいつ俺を慰めるとか今まで一度だってしたことないのにさ。今回は。
Pash fell silent, his gaze fixed on the mark on his wrist.
一族の中にさ、たまに出るらしいんだ。不適合者が。
Unsuitable? You mean for the mark?
そう。宿ったはずの精霊の加護がどうしても得られないやつは武器を返上しないとならない。その後、一切の戦闘を禁止される。
Oof.
そんなことになったらもう肩身が狭いどころの話じゃないからさ。みんな国を出る。
But you still don't know if that's what's happening to you, Pash.
まだ決まってないけど、もしかしたらもう決まったのかなって。俺がこんなだから宿った精霊が後悔してんのかも。もう俺がどれだけ頑張っても加護は無理なのかなって思うんだ。
Pash.
俺ニルヴァーナやめよっかなって。
What?
まだ正式に届けは出してないけどさ。
Wait, Pash, you can't.
あ、いやさ、まだ迷ってはいるんだけど。迷ってまで続けるようなことじゃないと思うんだよな。
Pash's words hurt because they felt like they were directed at me. I wanted to comfort him, but I couldn't because I saw my own struggles in his. After what happened with Instructor Gustav, I thought I'd be okay. I really wanted to do my best here and was ready to fight next time. But I was wrong. I've lost confidence after the last battle.
自信。
Yeah, we have no idea if Wilhelm is actually still around on Hearts. That's true, Drag. Yeah. I'm scared. Scared of fighting and seeing someone die in front of me.
そっか。
Pash fiddled with the peeling knife.
俺たちやっぱ似てるのかも。
Huh?
あ、でも俺なんかと一緒にされたらあんたはいい迷惑だよな。
I don't mind.
どうせいつまでここにいられるかわかんないしさ。俺の愚痴の続き聞いてくれる？
Not at all.
そういうところやっぱ優しいな。
Pash's smile tugged at my heart. He had always been cheerful since the first day I met him a few months ago. Whenever he made expressions like this one, it was oddly heartbreaking.
こないだあの鬼ババがさ、目立ちたかったんだろって言ってたよな。
Yeah,
ほんとクズで申し訳ないけど、あれ本当だから。
Ash.
我ながら最低だよな。呆れられてもしゃあない。
Ash's smile was tinged with tears, which had my heart aching again.
俺さ、どうして印が光らないか、本当は想像ついてんだ。
Huh?
俺が悪いんだ。
What do you mean? Pash stared at his wrist.
あんたも知っての通り、うちの国って強いのがたくさんいるじゃん。イルダスのおっさんとか、あの鬼ババとか。まあ、うちのクソ親父もそれなりに強いしさ。
Yeah, they're famous.
俺さ、ガキの頃からそういう奴らに追いつけ追い越せって言われてきたわけ。
Yeah, there was some heavy expectations to lay on a small child.
俺もチビの頃はそれが当然だと思ってて、何の疑いもなく鍛錬できた。でもやっぱ勝てない。明日こそ、明後日こそ、来月こそ、もっと大人になったら。最初はずっとそう自分に言い聞かせてた。でも勝てない。
Ash.
そのうち不安になってきた。俺は本当にこのおっさんたちに勝てるのかって。もしかして死ぬまで超えられないんじゃないかって。そしてそんな俺はあの国に不要なんじゃないかって。その頃だ、印が消えかかってきたのは。分かってる、分かってるんだ。頑張ればいいんだよな。ひたすら鍛えて強くなれば勝てるんだよな。そんなの俺が一番分かってるんだよ。でもダメなんだ。認められるためには勝たないといけなくて。でも負けたら俺は弱いって言われる。弱いやつはダグロートにはいらない。レオニダスが言った通りなんだ。俺は負けるのが怖くて。
Ash.
戦うのが怖くなった。だから必死にあんな風に自分で書いてさ、消えないようにして、消えないように祈って。
So that was the reason. I think I understood why Pash had his back turned to me that night. He wasn't hiding from anything, he wasn't doing anything bad, but he didn't want anyone to see it. I was sure that's what he thought.
勝とうと思えば思うほど手足がうまく動かないんだ。勝たなきゃもうダメだって思って頭の中がバラバラになりそうで。必死になればなるほど勝てない。
I knew how that felt. It had been on my mind this entire time until I met Pash here today. I saw myself when I first obtained the cursed sword in Pash too. I knew some words that could console him, but anything I said would feel like a lie because I wasn't sure of it myself. So I didn't say anything.
でもさ、あんたが励ましてくれたりして、最近ちょっと調子良くてさ。
Huh?
これなら今度こそいけるんじゃねって思い始めてたところに、この間の戦が起きた。俺は思った。ここで手柄をあげれば見返せるんじゃないかって。アベルより目立てば、俺はそれが
She went quiet. I wanted to hug him like I had before. Hey, if you're gonna do that, please put the peeling knife down. But unlike that time, Pash seemed to reject everything. I couldn't get close. We were the same. Though for different reasons, our burdens were similar. We never wanted to leave Nirvana. But we got scared. Scared of fighting. I sat down next to Pash. The pain that caused his expression, I could almost feel it myself. Maybe he fought with Lord Evers because of this. I always thought he was cheerful and kind, but I was wrong. I've been thinking about this, but is there a world without war?
そうだよな。
We'd be out of a job, but it would be nice. No one would have to die.
ああ、そうだよな。戦うとかもういいよ。
I wonder what it's like in other continents.
行ったことないからわかんないけど、でも探せばきっとさ、戦争が全然ない平和な国ってあると思うんだよな。
Yeah.
そういうとこに行きたいよな。
Yeah. After delivering the Lunaria flowers, I didn't want to go back to Nirvana. So I went to the port and stared blankly at the sea.
あら、なんだか久しぶりかも。
Oh,
元気なさそうね。失恋でもした？
it's not that. I don't even have a crush. That you're acknowledging.
それもまた寂しい青春だこと。だったら私が立候補してあげましょうか？
I'll politely decline. I'm just not in the mood for that right now.
もしかしてとっても落ち込んでる？
Yes. Very.
理由を聞いても？
Before that, there's something I want to ask you, Shaolei. Shaolei, isn't it? But there's something I want to ask you, Shaolei.
どうぞどうぞ。
Wasn't it you who asked me if I thought my father was a murderer?
ええ、聞いたわね。そしてあなたは違うと答えた。
I went to battle the other day. And an instructor died there.
ええ、聞いたわ。
Ever since then, I've just been so afraid. I honestly don't want to go to war.
あらあら。
That place was so cruel. We don't know who will die next.
そうね。
But I know that I have to fight. It's the path I chose for myself.
ま、あまり難しく考えない方がいいわよ。
Huh?
誰がいつ死ぬかわからないって言うけど、街で暮らしてたって突然強盗に刺されて殺されるかもしれないし、病気であっさり死ぬこともあるかもよ。
Share?
いつ死ぬかわからないなら楽しく生きた方がいいと思わない？
I frowned. Shall To think I actually had high expectations. As an adult who sold weapons for a living, I had hoped he could lighten my worries. But he was smiling as if he was teasing me.
あなたに限らず、あの学校の子たちはいろいろなものを背負わされすぎなのよ。普通、あなたたちくらいの子なんて、おいしいもの食べて遊んで、誰かを好きになるので精一杯の年頃なのに。
We don't have time for that.
そこが良くない。
Well, what am I supposed to do?
学校をやめろとは言わないけど、少し気持ちを戦うことから話してみたら？
How?
それくらいは自分で考えなさい。じゃあね。
Well, that was one unhelpful adult. Huh? Share waved at me and walked back to his shop. Come on! I still don't know what to do. Take a holiday with all of our friends and no weapons. Somehow I don't think that's going to be on the cards. Yeah. Oh. I thought I had remained alert, but Yuriana's skillful strike knocked the cursed sword out of my hand. Okay, we can still summon the sword.
やっぱりまだ引きずっちゃう？
Sorry. I really meant to take this seriously.
不真面目なんて言ってないよ。ただ調子悪そうだなって。まあ調子悪いのはあっちも同じだけどね。
Huh? I followed Yuriana's line of sight. Hash was training by sparring with Lustin, and just then the match was decided.
アシュ、お前そろそろ立ち直れよ。お前の気持ちも想像できるけどな。落ち込んでたってレオニダスは喜ばないぞ。
わかってるよ、そんなこと。
あんなことがあったんだ。ロムアは絶対近いうちに仕掛けてくるぞ。そこで俺たちが勝つことこそレオニダスの望みだと思うぞ。
Lustin was completely right. And I was sure that Pash knew that better than anyone else.
パシュ、しっかりしろ。
お前に言われなくたって分かってるよ。俺はお前と違って 天才なんだよ。
Oh,
あれは相当落ち込んでるな。
っていうか、今の笑うべきだったか？全然笑えなかったんだけど。
そうだね。
あいつ、何も考えてなさそうに見えて、妙に繊細なとこあるよな。俺だってさ、すっかり忘れたとかじゃないんだぜ。昨日も言ったけど、結構来てるよ。でも、時期が時期だろ。落ち込んでる余裕なんて正直ない。俺はもしロムアとの戦が起こったら絶対にぶちのめすって決めてるんだけど、あんたらはそう思わないの？
I don't think Quicksave is really going to help us here. I don't think this is affection related. We are not going to get any kind of feedback here. I hope I would.
おっと、終わりか。じゃあ俺行くわ。
Oh,
気にしないでくれ。俺の言い方がきつかったかもしれないしな。
he didn't appear irritated, and I sighed as I watched Lustin leave.
大丈夫だよ。ラスティンだって責めたつもりじゃないよ。
Yeah.
私たちも行こう。
Okay. Hiriana took my hand and we left the arena together. Today's class was basic espionage. I learned many firsts at Nirvana, but this class was especially unique.
では今日は会場のおさらいよ。机の上に用意してある錠前をそれぞれ時間内に開けてもらうわ。
Ooh, lockpicking. Among the new skills I learned, lockpicking was something I thought I might have a talent for. I feel like I needed this right now. I didn't have to hold the sword. At least no one had to die or get hurt. Yeah, also lockpicking is like a puzzle that can occupy your brain and stop your brain thinking of other things. Done!
早いわね。
Thank you. I actually like lockpicking.
まあ、あなたが優秀なのはいいことだわ。この中では一番誘拐される可能性が高いんだし。
Oof! Instructor Mia, oof!
そうでしょ？
No.
次にロムアと戦うことになったら、今度こそ真っ先にあなたが狙われるかもしれない。その時にはぜひその器用さを生かして自力で逃げ出してきてちょうだい。
I'll do my best. I don't think she was being sarcastic. And I guess I'm expected to participate in the next battle. As I opened the lock, I remembered what Lustin had said. If war breaks out with Romua, I know I'll be right there to beat them down. Wouldn't you all do the same? To be able to say that confidently was definitely one of his strengths. Everyone must have thought something similar, only he could say it out loud. The next battle. I questioned if I could fight again. Sighs escaped me as I thought about it. Good evening.
おう、今夜もお疲れさん。
I set down the basket and looked around the tavern where most were drinking. Everyone seems to be enjoying themselves. Would a drink help me loosen up like them?
おい、
Huh?
レオニダスの件聞いたよ。辛いと思うが自分を責めるんじゃねえぞ。誰が悪いとかってんじゃねえんだ。ああいうのは。
Kido.
作戦なんてものが全部うまくいくはずはない。失敗して当然だし、犠牲も出て当然なんだ。
Yeah, I thought I knew that, but...
あいつは後悔してないと思うぜ。レオニダスとは何度かここで一緒に酒を飲んだことがあってな。その時に聞いたことがある。
Yeah, that's a point drag. We don't want to become dependent on drinking alcohol. This is probably a bad state of mind to have a drink of.
あいつ以前に作戦ミスで部下を死なせたことがあったらしい。
Oh.
それがきっかけで軍人を抜けて教官になったらしいが、それが根っこに残ってるんだろうな。いつもスキットルに酒入れて持ってくだろう。
I nodded slightly.
あれはあいつなりの願掛けっていうか、おまじないみたいなもんでさ。誰も死なず無事に戦が終わったら、その場で勝利の酒を飲むんだって。
Yeah. I'd heard about it, but I never knew why he did that.
生徒たちには誰一人として自分より先に死んでほしくないって言ってたな。
Oh.
絶対に死なないように鍛えて鍛え抜くんだとも冗談めかして言ってたな。
Instructor. Tears welled up. It wasn't fair. He never showed us that side of him.
あいつにはあいつの理想と信念があって、それを貫いたんだ。だからレオニダスは絶対に後悔してない。お前さんが傷つくのはわかる。目の前で人が死ぬのは辛いよな。何度見たってあれは慣れないし、慣れちゃいけないもんだ。
Kido.
戦場に立つのが怖くない人間なんていない。もし怖くない人間がいたとしたら、そいつはおかしいんだ。俺はただの酒場の天使で偉そうなことは言えないが、まあレオニダスの分まで生きているな。あいつは絶対そう望んでる。
ちょっとお父様、何を泣かせてるんですか？意地悪言ったんですか？何か変なことしてないでしょうね。
バカ、そんな真似するか。
Sorry, Colette. Everything's fine. I just got emotional thinking about the past. I need to go now. See you later. Instructor. I hurried out of Green Drops, wiping my eyes, and started to head back to Nirvana. I do want to stay here. I wanted to defeat Romoa. I didn't want to lose to them, but I was still worried if I could keep fighting. I want to become stronger.
おい、どうしたんだよ。
Huh?
何泣きながら歩いてんだよ。まさか妙なやつに襲われたりとかしてないよな。
No, it's nothing like that. I felt embarrassed and rubbed my eyes again. At that moment...
ラン。
あ。
Pash, it's not what it looks like. I'm totally fine, okay?
そう。
I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
そうなんだ。
Lustin, did you sneak Pash off the grounds tonight in the hopes that it might make him feel better?
ごめん。
Oh, there he goes again. What?
あれは誤解したな、絶対。
Oh, no. Pash wasn't with Lustin at all. He must have turned up after Lustin started talking to us, I guess.
まあ俺は誤解大歓迎なんですけど、そのまま本当になっても大歓迎なんですけど。
Huh?
追いかけて誤解を解いてきなよ。この上失恋までしたらあいつもう本当に立ち直れないからさ。
If his heart breaks... Anyway, I have to go. Sorry.
健闘を祈る。
I chased after Pash, running toward the port. Pash, wait!
来んなよ。俺大丈夫だから、平気だから。その邪魔してごめん。ラスティのところに戻れよ。
Oh. If his heart breaks, he'd lend him. His heart would break? Who would do that? You're wrong! I wasn't crying because of Lustin. He had nothing to do with it. I was at the tavern talking with Guido about Instructor Leonidas.
あいつの
Yeah.
どんな
Instructor Leonidas once made a strategic mistake that killed one of his subordinates. And he said he didn't want any of us to die before him. Guido said he had no regrets and that we should live on his behalf. I began to cry again as I said that. When I looked up, I thought maybe Pash would be too, but he wasn't. His eyes glistened with unshed tears, lips tight, as he glared at something.
そうだったんだ。あいつ、そんなこと言って。そんな、偉そうなこと言って。くそ。
I wanted to be stronger. I longed for a heart unbreakable by anyone. But we already knew that such strength could never be given by someone else. It had to be earned on our own, but we didn't know how. The first period is free, so maybe I'll head to the library. Last night, after what happened, I returned to Nirvana with Pash. But he was lost in thought the entire journey, so we barely talked. I'm also concerned about a broken heart. That's what Lustin mentioned. Heartbreak. And looking back at what happened last night, Pash might have mistaken Lustin for my lover. Which meant Pash has feelings for me?
ああ、よかった。ちょうどいいところに。
Instructor Elias's voice startled me and I jumped.
どうかしたか？突然声をかけて悪かったかな。
Yeah, Elias, she's having a revelation right now. Not at all. I'm terribly sorry. It's nothing. Do you need something?
そうなんだ。君に伝えたいことがあってね。
The instructor took a breath and fixed his gaze on me. It didn't seem like good news.
たった今、ダグロートから知らせが入ってね。領地内での反乱の鎮圧に手を貸してほしいということなのだが。
Another battle, huh? And it's in Dagroth. Looks like this area's already been picked.
そっか。じゃあもう少し西の方まで行くか。
Alright. We were pulled from the next mission. And we knew exactly why. Oh, we've been left behind. Yep.
教官からさ、なんて説明された？
Hash looked down at his basket full of herbs as he asked. This mission is entirely within Dagroth's territory, so Romoa won't be involved. I was told to take it easy for now.
俺もそんな感じだった。
But... No, it's nothing.
まあ、やっぱり落ち込むもんだよな。俺が言うのも相当身勝手だけど。
It is kind of upsetting, isn't it? Instructor Elias didn't even scold us. If anything, he treated us with utmost care. The only consolation was that not all students were on this mission. He said it wasn't serious enough to need everyone, and that wasn't a lie. We stayed at the academy and picked herbs because our medic leader Nikkei asked us to.
あんたはどう
Huh?
立ち直れそうそれとも無理そう
I think we have to be positive about it. Did Yuriana get left behind? Probably not. I suspect that being one of the strongest students in the academy she is, probably on mission right now. I want to get past this. I don't think moving past this is the right phrase, though. I've always vaguely wanted to be stronger. Not just physically, but also mentally.
心
But it's hard. I can improve my sword skills with practice, but I don't know how to be mentally strong.
そうだよな
For now, let's focus on picking the herbs.
だな
We started picking the rose hips.
ただいま
Hey, Nikkei, we got a lot. Ah, Nikkei's here too.
おかえり二人ともどうもありがとう
Nikkei was stirring something in a large pot.
そういえばさっき連絡が来てみんなが任務に行ってて生徒の数が少ないから今日の夕食は各自で食べてって
So the cafeteria isn't making anything, huh? Oh, really? I mean, you'd have assumed they would have taken some medics with them to deal with any injuries that happen, right? But...
明日の朝食は普段通り用意するって
了解じゃあ後でみんなで適当に城下に食べに行くか
Okay.
僕はちょっと遠慮するから二人でどうぞ
Nikkei does not wish to be a third wheel here.
ちょうど人と会う約束があって
Alright, then Pash and I will go together.
いってらっしゃい
Going out for a meal with Pash, huh?
何か食べたいものある俺は何でもいいよ
Before we do that, I'm gonna go get myself some more water. I will be right back. I'm back. Let me think.
それにしても食堂のおばちゃんたち怠慢だよな。生徒が少ないから飯作らないとかって。
True, but they deserve a break sometimes.
まあそうだけどさ。
Pash seems off. Oh! I suddenly remembered Lustin's words. That's right. Broken heart. Suddenly I felt self-conscious and embarrassed to talk with Pash. But how do these things work? Pash didn't exactly say it, so maybe Lustin was just teasing me?
あ、そうだ。この間さ、朝香に教えてもらったんだけど、港の方にジパングの飯屋ができたんだって。
What kind of food is that?
ごめん、そこまで聞いてない。
But it sounds intriguing. We should check it out.
だな。
You think takoyaki?
どの辺だろうな。もっと詳しく場所聞いておけばよかったな。
Takoyaki's more street food rather than restaurant food, so... Okonomiyaki? Yakitori? Let's just walk around a bit. I'm sure we'll stumble upon it. We slowly walked down Port Street, on the lookout for the strange restaurant. I was still thinking about Lustin's words. It's still bothering me. But I can't just ask him outright. I'd never fallen for a boy before. At least, I don't remember falling for one. I might have had a crush on a boy in my village when I was a little girl. But once I started sword training with Dad, the boy started keeping his distance from me and things just fizzled out. And the male-to-female ratio at Nirvana was shocking, but I soon got used to it. Boys weren't anything special to me. Huh? That reminds me. When I was getting dressed in the infirmary, he... Very belated embarrassment on that one, lad! All of a sudden, I felt so embarrassed I could swear my whole body was on fire. Pash was busy searching for the restaurant, so luckily he didn't notice my crisis. Huh? Why am I suddenly feeling so flustered? I took deep breaths. I stole a glance at Pash ahead of me. His hair curled right above his tanned neck. I noticed that his eyelashes were long. The port lights danced in his emerald eyes. Want me to draw one? That night, when he drew the charm on my wrist in the backyard, I remembered feeling embarrassed. Huh? Wait. The battle happened, and Instructor Leonidas' death made all my pent-up emotions spill over.
あそこに新しい看板がある。行ってみよう。おい。
Sorry, Pash, she's having a revelation right now. Yes?
なんか顔すっげえ赤いけど、もしかして具合でも悪くなったのか？
No, I'm fine.
いや、でも。
I think it's just from the walking. I'm really okay, let's go.
そうか？ならいいけど。
おい、騒ぐな。
Of course someone has to disturb us. It happened as I passed someone. I didn't sense anything suspicious until one of the men suddenly grabbed my arm. Pash lunged at them, and another man in the group sneered at him. I felt a cold blade press against my cheek. Despite handling weapons often, the cold made my knees buckle and my voice fade. It wasn't the threat to my life, but the primal fear of the blade against my skin. Why you got to disturb a perfectly good date? Culprit number one.
何者なんだお前ら。黙ってろって何回言わせるんだ。
The blade pressed deeper. I felt a sharp sting, but there was no smell of blood, so it hadn't cut me yet.
おい、そのガキを縛り上げろ。喋るな。
The blade was spun around quickly. A tuft of my hair fell to the ground.
もう一度だけ言うぞ。騒ぐな。わかったか。
I mean, I guess... Oop. Is the stream okay? It's not saying that it's not okay, but I've got a little spinny thing. I assume it's that you can sort of cut yourself like slightly without drawing blood, right? Like a very, very shallow... I don't know. Stream's buffering a bit on your end. Yeah, it looks like it's buffering, but YouTube isn't telling me that it's got a problem. OBS also isn't telling me that it's got a problem. Yeah, it's definitely not just yours. I think it's behaving again. At least from what I can tell in my preview. It stopped doing the little loady spin thing on my on the preview I have on in YouTube, so hopefully it's okay. But let me know if it keeps doing it. I nodded. Pasha's hands were quickly tied behind his back as he nodded too. Oh, we are both getting kidnapped. Oh, we're gonna be so hungry. Couldn't have waited till after we had food to kidnap us. We were taken to the warehouse district on Port Street. We were bound, gagged, and had iron shackles placed on our feet. We were not blindfolded.
さっきは手荒な真似してすまなかったな。
I wanted to say something, but the cloth muffled my voice.
安心しろ。さっきも言ったように殺しはしない。生け捕りにしろって命令なんだ。
They were here specifically to kidnap us. That means they're probably working for Romoa. Capture alive? Is this related to the cursed sword? Are they going to take us out of Ortesia? Ortesia, sorry. Do they mean Romoa? Are they going to...
しかし金持ちってのは本当に水強なやつが多い。
The man looked at me as if I were a rare animal.
ある大金持ちの商人様がな、お前を国に連れ帰って屋敷に飾りたいんだとよ。
Okay, not Romoa.
なんでも珍しくて美しい武器を集めるのが趣味とかでな。体に魔剣が取り付いてるなんて最高だって。
Not Romoa, but this is about the cursed sword. A weapons collector? Oh! Pesh has a sprite for this. That was unexpected. I assume Pesh is getting kidnapped so that he doesn't raise the alarm. I assume that if Nikke had come with us, Nikke would also be getting kidnapped.
どこの大陸って聞いたかな。なんでもここから船で1ヶ月くらい行った北の方らしいが。
Oh, definitely not Romoa. Okay. Would get us out of the way of Romoa, but...
今夜遅くに船が出る。そこにお前たちを積み込めば、俺たちの仕事は完了だ。負けんだなんだって言っても、やっぱり女だな。顔を傷つけられるのは怖いもんだよな。
Our holiday has arrived. Yep. We'll definitely have some time to think about things for a month on a ship.
まあそういうわけだ。あと少しここでおとなしくしててくれ。
I don't think we're getting as far as the ship, though. I'm pretty sure we will be trying to run. Maybe Pesh can make his mark shine.
ああ、お前な。
He kicked Pesh, who couldn't move around. Rage surged through me, but since I was tied up, I couldn't summon the cursed sword. Are you sure about that?
お前は別にどうでもいいんだけどな。助けを呼ばれちゃ困るからな。チビだが威勢は良さそうだ。売りに出せば船の漕ぎ手としてすぐに行き先が決まるだろう。
Ah, so this is a ship rowed by slaves then.
ガレーの漕ぎ手はいいぞ。いろんな国に行けるからな。もっとも死ななきゃだが。さてと、 時間まで酒でもかっくらってくるが。
だな。
じゃあな、また戻ってくるから、それまでいい子にしてな。
I don't think we'll be behaving.
言っとくが、表に見張りは置いとくからな。逃げ出そうなんて考えるなよ。
Darn it, they are leaving us with a watch.
またな。
Roller doors on this warehouse, apparently. The cold echo of the door slamming shut revealed numerous guards. I saw at least 5 of them. I never expected this to happen. I was overwhelmed by self-loathing, the same feeling I had during that last battle. I couldn't fight again. If I'd stayed calm, I might have summoned the cursed sword in time. Then Pash could have fought along with me. He wouldn't have been captured like this. And I dragged Pash into this. Pash was struggling against his restraints. Though I should be doing something, there was nothing else I could do. You're literally trained for this, Lan. We just went through. Oh, I'm pretty good at picking locks. And I assume other things you learned in basic espionage. Ah, he managed to bite through his gag. That's what I'd have been working on as well. Just chew it. Chew it until you get through the material. The gag he was made to bite had come loose. Ash looked up at me with a proud gleam.
ほら、そんなにきつく結んでないから、ちょっとやれば外れるよ。
Got it! Unable to speak, I nodded. I rubbed my head against the wall, moving as much as I could. Oh right, we're just kind of gonna loosen it. I thought it was futile, but the cloth gradually loosened. Realizing this, I started rubbing faster. The cloth fell off and I started coughing the moment I could finally relax.
大丈夫か?
I'm fine. I just couldn't breathe. I took a few deep breaths to gather myself.
くそ、あいつら。
Hash raised his leg. The shackles on him seemed sturdy and, of course, were locked.
どうにかしてこれを外して逃げないと。
Hash glanced around, likely looking for tools. I'm sorry. For dragging you into this.
バカ! そんなことどうでもいいよ。とにかく早く逃げ出す方法を考えようぜ。
Hey Lan, are there any hairpins holding that hairdo together? Because if you don't have like some bobby pins in there, then what are you even doing, Lan? You should probably have several of those for lockpicking purposes. But how?
それを今から考えるんだよ。あんなうさんくさい商人に連れて行かれるなんて嫌だろ?
No, but I struggled to find the words to continue.
どうしたんだよ?
I'm sorry.
謝る必要ないから。
I know we need to escape, but
わかるんだけど。
I couldn't fight earlier.
は？
It was just like on the battlefield. I knew I had to fight, but I couldn't.
違うだろ。さっきの仕方ないだろ。顔にあんなもの突きつけられてたら普通は動けないっつの。臆病とかそれ以前の問題だろ。
You think so?
うっかりスパッと眼球とか怪我したらやばいだろ。顔は本能的に怖いだろ。
But soldiers aren't supposed to worry about stuff like that, right? Scars to the face are just...
ダメだよ、その顔に傷なんて。あ、ダメだろ、普通に。
I... see?
とにかく今は逃げ出すことだけ考えよう。手足さえ自由になればあいつらくらい簡単にぶちのめせるし、とにかくこの足を。
Pash moved his legs.
ぶつけて壊れるようなもんじゃないよな。鍵はあいつらだろうし。
And we know that Pash doesn't take basic espionage. We learned that. We learned that quite a while back. So he has no knowledge of how to do this. It's Lan's turn to shine.
船に乗せられたらもうまず逃げられないだろうし。
I also looked around. Obviously we weren't lucky enough to find a key sitting around. If we can't escape... Pash seemed confident, but I wasn't. The cursed sword is so useless right now.
まあ手が使えなきゃどうしようもないよな。なんつったっけ、ビルなんとかって呼び出して何かできたりしないの？
I can't guarantee he'll respond, and even if he does, my hands aren't free, so...
じゃあ別の方法を考えよ
う。Wilhelm. I tried calling his name. Wilhelm, I'm in trouble. Please wake up. Wilhelm, please. I called Wilhelm repeatedly in my mind, but there was no response. I knew it. You know what? I scanned the area again. Of course I couldn't find anything useful.
まあ最悪。手を縛られててもそのまま殴るからいいんだけど、この足かせがな。
Yeah. Then I noticed something on my shackles. Oh! I think I can pick these. They look similar to the ones we used in class.
本当にどうやって？
There we go. Wait, I need a wire to pick the lock.
あ、そっか。
Anything thin and long would work, but is there anything like that around here? I searched the area once more. I knew it was unlikely to find anything, but I didn't want to give up. Okay, she clearly doesn't use bobby pins in her head. Got it. Does Pash? Something, it could be anything. Anything similar to a wire.
見つかったか？
I didn't find anything, but I have an idea. There was one thing that I could use, but I couldn't reach it. So the issue was who had to get it. I take it... Okay, I think she does have hairpins. And I think that Pash is going to have to obtain it with his teeth.
どうしたんだよ？なんかあるんだろ？
Yes. I guess I have to ask. This is definitely awkward, but we need to escape now. I took a deep breath and looked straight at Pash. Pash? In the braided part of my hair,
髪
a hairpin is stuck there. Could you try to get it out?
よし、やる。ここから抜け出さないとな。
This is what I was hoping for. Hairpin. I nodded and crouched low towards Pash. He couldn't move his hands, but he could probably snag it with his fingertips. But it meant our bodies would be very close. Oh, you're going for his fingers and not his teeth. Damn it.
よし、行くぞ。
Yes. Pash got on his knees and moved his hands. His fingers brushed my hair. I shouldn't have been nervous about this, yet my heart was racing humiliatingly fast.
なんかいけそう。このまま。うわー
Yeah! Compromising position! How did you two end up like this? Oh.
ごめん、ごめん。今どきからちょっと待って。
Yeah. But since our hands and legs were tied, we struggled to get up. Ah yes, compromising position, but the only way you can move is the worm. That makes it so much worse. He tried to get up and fell again.
ごめん、わざとじゃないから。
It's all right. I know.
ほんと違うから、いくら俺でもこんな時にそんなことしないから。
Yeah.
ちょっと焦りすぎたかも。慎重にやるよ。
All right. Now, wasn't the time to be bashful or nervous, but Pash was uncomfortably close. Our heights weren't much different, yet the muscles I could feel were so unlike mine, emphasizing that he was very much a boy. His breath on my neck and his voice were so close. I knew now wasn't the time for it, but I felt more and more flustered. Seriously, you two, how on earth did you end up like this? Shouldn't you have been back to back? What is it?
奥にガラスの破片が落ちてる。あれでこの手のロープ切れるんじゃね？
Really?
ああ。とにかく俺、起きてヘアピン抜くから待ってて。
Pash carefully stood back up and sifted through my hair to retrieve the hairpin.
よし、抜けた。ちょっと待っててな。今度は俺があのガラスを。
Ash crawled to the piled boxes and deftly picked up the glass with his tied hands. This is the part at which you might accidentally cut each other. Or yourselves.
いけそう。
He rubbed the sharp side against the rope. I watched him in silence.
切れた。
Pash then rolled back over to me to work on my ropes.
少しじっとしてて。絶対に怪我させないように切るから。
Yeah. Though not as much as before, Pash's face and body were close once again. I could hear his breathing. I noticed he was rubbing the piece of glass with greater care, which made my heart race.
よし。
The rope fell and my hands were now free. Now it was my turn. It should open as long as I stay calm.
そうか、そうやってやるんだな。
I'm actually pretty good at this. While maneuvering the hairpin, I realized my mindset had shifted from before. Just moments ago I was filled with worries, wondering if I even deserved to be at Nirvana. But now, I didn't care about any of that. With Pash by my side, I felt unstoppable. I honestly didn't care that I couldn't fight right now. I just wanted to stay with Pash. I'll have this open in no time.
よし、頑張れ。
Looking up, I caught Pash's smile. It was so enchanting that I had to quickly look away. I was fine with what happened earlier. Our faces were close and I even felt his body, but I didn't dislike it. I imagined myself doing the same with another boy and immediately cringed. I only wanted Pash to be that close to me. No one else but Pash. Oh, for a second I thought that was the door. Oh good, it was the shackle. Done! Let me unlock mine too. The second lock felt easier than the first. Perhaps because I was less tense unlocking my own. And done!
よし、逃げるぞ。
Pash stood up and grabbed my hand. He started running toward the entrance. I felt embarrassed at first, but quickly held his warm hand back. I wished that I could hold his hand forever. Ah, yes. The guys on watch are labelled watch and not culprit.
残念でした。俺たちを甘く見るなよ。
逃がすな。せっかくの金づるだ。
They're expensive.
おあいにくさま。
I had every intention of fighting, but Pash seemed to enjoy it so much that I felt he didn't need any help.
あと3人。てめえ、絶対逃がすか。あと2人、どっちからでもいいぜ。貴様。
Well, it's just watch number 2? What? No? Whatever happened to watch number 2? Was I just not paying attention? We clearly were working through them in number order.
チビじゃねえよ。 終了。
Gosh.
あと、俺たちを捕まえた奴らを見つけ出さないとな。
Yeah, they said they're going for a drink.
おい、 てめえら
Well, they're back from that drink apparently. Oh!
よーし、探しに行く手間が省けたぜ。
くっさ見張り全部やられてるぞ早く捕まえろ
そうはいくかよ。こっちは日々しごかれてんだっつうの。とりあえずこいつの顔にナイフ当てたお前から殴っとくからな。
Good job, Patch.
なるほど。それで逃げ出してきたと。
Knocked out 8 guys solo. Yep.
でも船が出る前でよかったっす。この町は治安いい方っすけど、やっぱり人買いとかはこっそりうろついてるし。
だよな。ま、悪運が強いんだな。
After Pash defeated all of them, we sought help from Solon, who happened to pass by. The kidnappers were all arrested, and the merchant behind it must have heard about it.
でもま、本当に無事でよかった。レオニダスに続いて、またあそこから人が減ったら、エリアスが振動で倒れちまう。
I don't think the merchant behind it would have heard about it yet. Aren't we a month's sail away from his place?
減らねえよ。おっさんの分まで俺が頑張らないと。
Pash? Pash gave me a small smile. He looked like he was on the verge of tears.
じゃあな、飯どうも。
ああ、これはいいよ。
Kido smiled and pushed back the coin. Unless the merchant came with the boat. Yeah, okay. True. I was just thinking that someone that rich probably just employs people to do that stuff for him. But maybe I'm wrong. Obviously I'm wrong.
今夜は気分がいいんだ。
そうか。そんなこと言うなら遠慮なくおごられるぞ。
ああ。
Guido was probably thinking about the time he drank with Instructor Leonidas. Guido's eyes seemed to show emotions of sorrow and relief at the same time.
ごちそうさん。またな。
Pash glanced over at me as he turned around to the door. Oh, I should get going too.
おう。さすがに今夜はもう人さらいは出ないと思うが、気をつけてな。
That would be such bad luck if we ran into a second lot of kidnappers in the same night. Thanks. Good night. Pash, wait for me. After walking a bit, he turned around. He looked troubled and flustered.
ありがとう。
Huh?
あんたのおかげだ。
Me? For what?
吹っ切れた。こんな簡単なことだったんだ。
Pash?
さっき、なかなか爽快だった。あんなに何も考えずにやれたのは久しぶり。
Ah, the kidnappers have proven their worth as a way to get our emotions out. You mean the kidnappers? Hash looked at the cloth over his wrist and smiled.
この前あんたには話したけど、俺はずっと目立つこととか誰かに勝つことばかり考えてた。でも気づいたんだ。それは俺にとって別に嬉しいことじゃないんだ。
Oh, yeah?
強くなりたいとは思うし、勝ちたいとは思うけど、それは俺のためじゃなくていいや。
What do you mean?
ランのためでいい。
Oh, I knew that was coming, but it still got me.
あんたを助けなきゃ、守らなきゃって、それだけが頭にあって。ものすごく力が湧いた気がした。
Ash.
名誉とか評価とかももうどうでもいい。ニルバーナもエリアスたちには悪いけど、割ともうどうでもいい。あ、やめないけどな。
You won't?
ああ。
Pash squinted as he smiled. He scratched his head as if trying to change the subject.
あいつ言ってたし、まだまだこっち側には来るなって。多分俺がロムアを叩きのめさないと会ってくれないと思うんだ。だからもう一度頑張らないか。
Ash.
俺あんたを余裕で守れるようにもっともっと強くなるから。この大陸で一番、いやこの世界で一番強くなるから。あんたがそばにいてくれたら俺もっともっと強くなれるから、絶対。だから
You don't have to protect me.
え
Tears overflowed, but unlike last time, it didn't hurt. I felt relieved and happy, and whatever it was that was frozen deep in my heart had melted. I can also fight. I'll become stronger too. I want to fight alongside you, Pash. At the warehouse, I thought I could do anything as long as I was with Pash. I felt like we could be invincible. Pash needed me, and I needed him. It might have been insignificant to others, but it was the most important thing to me. I won't run away, and I won't lose.
そうだな。よし、こうしよう。俺たち二人で守り合おう。俺が背中を預けるのはあんただけだ。
Yeah.
よし。じゃあ、ニルバーナに戻るか。
Yeah. Phew. Back in my room, I was so tired I couldn't move away from the door for a while. Finally back. I looked around the room. Even though Yuriana wasn't there, it was still the same as always. Yeah, so Yuriana is away fighting. Confirmed. Which continent were they trying to take me to? I felt that everything was too good to be true. At the chemical anteroom, I mentioned running away from here. I desired to find a place other than here, but in the end, I came back. Pash. I looked at my wrist. The mark he drew had completely vanished. I want it to be for you. I'll become stronger so that I can easily protect you. I'll be the strongest in the continent, no, the entire world. And with you by my side, I think I could, for sure. Was that... Now that I was alone, I thought about what Pash had said. It sounded like a confession of love, but he didn't say the actual word in question. He sees me as an ally? He didn't look bashful at all, and we talked about Instructor Leonidas on our way back. I thought about what had happened at the warehouse. Although it was to run away, it made me blush again. But it also meant that we were desperate. So it also meant that we were that desperate. If I was alone, I would have given up. I was only here right now thanks to Pash. But didn't he say he hated women? But he does blush sometimes, so... I was already aware of my feelings, but Pash might not have felt the same way. What am I supposed to do? Well, plan. We had self-study the next morning. Instructor Elias was away on the mission, so he couldn't exactly teach the class. I thought about doing practice swings, so I went to the backyard. It happened when I started swinging.
Oi.
Oh, you're back, Wilhelm. Oh!
突然なんだけどさ、俺、お前に話しておかなきゃならないことがあるんだ。
What is it? One thought crossed my mind. Because I didn't fight the last time, Wilhelm seemed to be sick of me. He was probably going to leave me for...
俺さ、もうすぐ消えるから。
That was completely unexpected. I asked Wilhelm back as seriously as I could. Wilhelm, about that. I'm sorry I didn't fight the other time. I know it offended you, and I'm sorry for that. But I've made up my mind to stay here and try harder. So if you don't mind, maybe we can stay together a little longer?
違うよ、バーガー。
は？
消えるっていうのはそういうことじゃなくてさ、俺、本当にもう少しで消滅するんだ。
That sounds very serious, Wilhelm. It was so sudden that it took a minute to process what he said. Wait! What is that supposed to mean?
強いて言うなら、寿命?
Your lifespan, but you're still a child.
と思うだろ? 実は俺様はもう何百年も生きてんの。
For centuries?
そう。つっても、この県の中でだけどな。だからまあ、しゃあない。
You seem awfully composed for someone who's dying soon. Love has killed the sword. Oh no. He said that so matter-of-factly. There was no trace of worry or sadness. I wondered if what he called vanishing was different from death in our world.
まあ俺もこの魔剣の中にいるのも相当飽きてきたんで、消えるのは全然構わないんだけどさ。
But
そんなしょぼくれた声出すなよ。俺がお前の人生の何倍この中にいると思ってんだよ。
Yeah, but weren't you asleep for most of that time?
もう十分魔剣の中は堪能したよ。 いい加減自由になりたいんだ。
Free?
そう、自由。
Wilhelm, can I ask you something? Why are you in the cursed sword?
知るか、そんなもん。
You don't know? Then how do you know that you're vanishing?
ああ。まあお前になら話してもいいか。一応俺の宿主だしな。正直言うとさ、俺の魔力もう相当減ってんの。この中にいる間にちょっとずつちょっとずつ減って、ああそろそろ使い切るんだなーって。
That means...
そういう意味ではまあお前貧乏くじ引いたかもな。最強の俺様だった頃に比べるとまあちょっとだけ弱くなってる。魔剣の力が不安定なのもそれもあるのかなって。それを抜きにしてもお前は俺の持ち主の中では歴代最弱だけどな。
Sorry.
まあそれはどうでもよくて本題な。消える前にさ、パーッと大暴れしたいんだよ。
He wants to go out in a blaze of glory. Got it. What?
このままだとお前が下手れすぎて俺様の印象が良くないだろ。
Oh, that's true.
この間もお前にはちょっときつい言い方になったかもな。悪い悪い。ただちょっとイラッとしたんだよ。俺を活躍させないつもりかよって。
I'm really sorry about that.
なんかまた戦とかねえの？
I don't know. There could be, but I don't know when.
そうか。
How much time do you have left?
わかるかそんなの。でもそれほど長くはないだろうな。
I see.
ま、そういうわけだからそのうちいきなり俺が消えても驚くなよ。
I mean, I'm pretty sure we will freak out if you suddenly vanish. Sorry, Wilhelm.
それからこのことは他の奴らには内緒にしとけ。面倒だから。
A secret, but...
いいから黙っとけ。別れの挨拶とか面倒なんだよ。お前みたいにしんみりされるとまたうざいし。消えた後にお前がまとめて弁解しろ。
Alright. I agreed at the time because I thought it was Wilhelm's way of being considerate. Wilhelm, could you at least give me a warning before you vanish? And, if possible, just if it's even remotely possible, please don't disappear.
何を今すら調子のいいこと言ってんだよ。この間は戦わずに逃げたくせに。
I'm very sorry about that. I do regret it. I was surprised about the cursed sword at first, but if it weren't for it, I wouldn't be here now. I'm thankful to you, Wilhelm. We didn't talk all that much, but I think I'd still feel sad if you went away. But if it grants you freedom, maybe that's for the best.
当然だろ。まあ、消える時期に関しては何とも言えないけど、なるべく努力はしてやるよ。じゃあな、眠くなってきたんでおやすみ。
Oh! And then I couldn't hear his voice anymore. Wilhelm. I didn't know that he was in the cursed sword for that long. He must have seen all sorts of people over the past decades and centuries. I was probably the weakest one, just like he said.
Oi!
Oh!
なあ、今さっき誰かと話してなかった？独り言？
No, I was talking with the cursed sword. With Wilhelm.
ああ、なるほど。もしかしてまた元気ない？
No, I'm fine, but...
私は？
Wilhelm told me not to tell anyone, but I had to tell Pash. Wilhelm said he'll be vanishing soon.
Eh?
I told Pash exactly what Wilhelm said.
そっか、そういうことなのか。
He said it was the end of his lifespan, so there's nothing I can do. But I was just getting used to the cursed sword.
そりゃそうだよな。やっぱり精霊みたいなもんなのかな。
I don't know about that. But he said he's bored of being inside the sword.
わかるようなわからんような。まあでも最後に大暴れしたいって気持ちはすっごくわかるな。
I feel sorry for him, and I do want to grant that wish before he disappears, but you know.
まあ戦争起こってほしいとは言えないよな。
Yeah. I looked at my right hand subconsciously. Wilhelm had helped me, but I don't think I did anything for him. Right when I thought things were getting started, he's going away.
その考え方はちょっと違うと思うぞ。
Huh?
俺はさ、魔剣のこともビルヘルムのことも詳しいことは知らないけどさ、消えるのはそいつが役目を果たしたってことだと思うんだ。
His duty?
あんたは村があんなことになって、魔剣にひっつかれて、それでここに来た。最初はすげえ大変だったと思うけど、でもこれからもここで頑張るって決めたんだろ。そのヴィルヘルムはあんたをここに導いたんだ。あんたにすごい加護を与えたんじゃないかな。消えるのはもちろん寂しいと思うけど、あんたが自分を責めるのをきっとそいつも望んでないと思う。
Oh.
ま、俺の想像でしかないけどね。
Yeah. Pash gave me those kind words with a smile, which showed his inner strength. He was able to say things like that despite the weight he carried. I found it amazing that he changed my way of thinking without forcing me to. Maybe I won't be allowed to be here anymore without Wilhelm. That thought crossed my mind.
そんなことはないだろう。でももしクビになったら、その時は二人でダグロートに戻ろうぜ。
は？
あのさ、探してたのはちょっと用があってさ。
Go ahead.
明日城下でお祭りがあるの知ってる？サマルナっていうすっげえ綺麗なお祭り。
Oh, really? I didn't know.
一緒に行かない？
We got a date! Final chapter. Meaning of the mark. Ooh. No, I don't... I don't think I can push it. I don't think I can push it.
ねえ、本当に遠慮しなくていいんだよ。別に今さら二人きりでどうこうとかでもないし。
Final chapter left, but I don't know how long it's gonna be. Yeah. Yeah, most of this stream was one chapter, so I think that's been mostly the case. We've been doing about a chapter, maybe a chapter and a bit each stream, so yeah. We're gonna finish this next week. We're gonna finish this up next week. So yeah. Thank you very much for coming. It's been emotional, but we have ridden the emotion back up to the top again. Last stream we started at the top and went to the bottom. This stream we started at the bottom and got back to the top. So hooray! If you're new here and you've enjoyed your time, please consider subscribing to the channel. You can also follow me on social media, which is linked in the description box. The streaming schedule for the channel gets posted both over there on social media and over here on YouTube in the posts tab of the channel. And it looks like I may have forgotten to put it there this week. I will fix that. No, wait, no, it is there. It is there. I'm just blind. Yes. Schedule. Right. The next scheduled stream is Wednesday, 7 PM to finish up the current chapter of Twisted Wonderland's main story. So we'll see what Leona's stream is like. I hope to see you then or another time. Once again, thank you very much for coming, and this is Kalla signing out. See ya! Bye bye!